Thank you so much. Oh, that is so sweet. And you and Daniel have really served and served well.
He was also in the Grace class.
He was, yeah, you did it with him.
Yeah.
And you see, that was a part of the problem. You know, it was the women leadership forum.
Yes. It's true.
Until the first man appeared, then
Yeah.
we're like,
wow.
okay,
Yeah, what do we do?
now what do we do now? We can't have women leadership forum. So we started thinking about it. It was actually in class too. And it was because of Daniel. When he came now, we're like, Allah.
It was him and Moses 60.
And Moses, who was Moses? Oh, Sitati.
Yes, it was
oh
the
my
two of
goodness,
them.
wow.
Yeah.
That was amazing. So we had to change the name. So we prayed, and then Purpose and Leadership Forum came about. Wow. So why coaching? Why did you go into, you have been coaching girls, mentoring girls.
Yes.
Where did you do your coaching training?
Yes, so in fact, before, to go back a bit, so I think for me, purpose has always been those words that, you know, just excite something in you. Yeah. So I look back and I realized, even coming to purpose and leadership, it was like natural. For me, it was, can I say, as such, a constant. Then I realized even my church has the word purpose. I just realized, and I thought, I was like, interesting, yeah. So when I did PLF, in between the serving, I remember I had come for one of your, of the classes when I was serving. Then one of the ladies, Ivy, she was one of the facilitators. She's a life coach. Yes, that's how she came with her husband when they would do branding. And they, Ivy, yes.
Of course, yes.
So I remember she spoke, and as she spoke, I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I want that. I was like, no, I have to talk to her. So I remember after the class, then for some reason, like, yeah, she's a coach. So I looked for her, I got her number, and we spoke. And she was like, yeah, she's a life coach. And I think I was going through transitions. That was about, because I think I had resigned the year before. And now that time, my son had just turned 1. And okay, then I turned 30. Let me just say that. I won't say which year. I hope guys will know how that. No, but I think when I went through 30, it made me stop. And I was like, oh my, I just felt now I'm 30. It really for me traumatized me. I don't know why. And yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm old. And what have I done with my life? I know.
Oh, so what was that say?
Yeah, but I think it just made me stop and reflect. Even when I was coach, I was made to say it was part of, can I say, your life stages. So it was a natural progression. And I was like, God, what next? I'm like, now, what does the future hold? So when I spoke to her, I think that was God who made me come for that class, speaking to her. So we started a coaching journey. And for me, I was like, I know I want to coach. Initially, when I resigned, I tried to look up counseling. But I remember I went to Amani, I got the form, but I was like, I was feeling this is not it. Yes. So when I spoke to her, I was like, I'd love to do this. Then I said, you know what, God, let me be coached also and get a practical one-on-one view of what it is. So I remember now 2013, that was my coaching year, and I loved it. Oh,
so she coached you?
Yes, so she coached me. And I loved the experience. It was a great, can I say, self-discovery journey, and it helped cement all the things we had done in PLF. I felt for me now that was helping, can I say, tie it up nicely.
And you did it tying up. You know, Anita, you have questions that even can disturb God. You know how God says, choose another, I don't have the answer to that question. Choose something else. Eh?
But
Anita, do you fear her? I'll ask her a question like, what? Even how did you come up with that? So I'm glad. So coaching helped.
Yes, and should know how long our sessions were, because I had questions. Oh my God, thank you, Ivy.
If
you're watching, yes. But it used to be a whole afternoon because I had questions and questions and questions. But I felt it settled me, and it gave me peace. Just everything we had learned about purpose is a journey. You know, I think now as I walked it alone, just God and I, it just helped cement it. So after that, I was like, okay, when do I do it? But I took a break the next year. Then now in 2016, in fact, the end of 2015, I felt God prompting me, now it's time to do the class. Because I remember I looked into the school she had been to. It's called Life Forming Leadership Coaching. And at that time when they said it's a 9-month program, I was like, that is so long, a whole year of my life. So at that point I was like, hey, let me leave. But that's how you know it's God, because I remember that December, I just felt, it was December, I was like, I have to do the class next year. I didn't even know if they had registered. So I remember I called Ivy, she sent me the email, she said, this is the coach, speak to him. And I called him and he's like, yeah, in fact, we're starting in January. I was about to close it. So I went to see him. And we spoke, and I was like, okay, fine, let's start this journey. So at the time, I didn't know much about coaching. It was very, can I say, new in the market, not many schools or places. So I think I also just trusted Ivy. I asked around, and her and another friend of mine had also done the same school. So I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. And I like that they had a Christian worldview. Okay. Yes. So I was like, in fact, that was the main thing that drew me to it.
Oh, that's good. So that's a Christian worldview. You can see who it is. So you said the organization, and I think the
so in fact, so in fact, it's called Life Forming Leadership Coaching. So it's affiliated with, can I say, Regent University in the States. Yes. It actually began as it was actually a certificate in the doctoral program. Then it was such a great success. Now they actually made it a separate course altogether.
Wow.
Yes, so it's a 9-month program. Yeah.
Okay.
So now for my coach, he was like, can I say the second cohort, the second group who did that. So he's been doing it for years, I think since 19th June. Yes. So now he came in 2010 and set it up here in Kenya. Yes. So for the past 7 years, he's been here. So, and I think when he started initially, it was targeted even to pastors, to try and equip them. Because you see, as you said, they're always coaching people. It's one of those things, you're always having coaching conversations without knowing. So what it does, it just gives you, refines your skill and makes you realize what are you supposed to do as a coach. Yes, I think we'll go more into that. Okay. So for me, yeah, so that was a whole year. But even as I look back, I feel I saw God's hand throughout that year. That's how you know when it's time to do something. Yeah, the grace for it. Yeah, if I tried it that other, I don't think I'd have finished if I did it by my own strength in another time. But it was the right time. And even as I did my graduation speech, I was like, I saw God's hand through it all. Yes. So perfect timing. Yeah.
And where did you do your coaching and why?
I
why
had
you've already told us, sorry.
Yes, but there's a lot more to the why.
Okay.
Yes. One of them is that I already coached, as you said.
Yes.
I used to coach.
You used to coach in life.
Yes, I used to coach
in the marketplace.
Yes, mentor. I actually mentor a lot of people.
Okay, good.
And believe it or not, I hardly go to a store to purchase things, and I don't get to coach or mentor somebody. The salespeople would always tell me something about themselves, and they just open up and tell me so much about their lives, you know, very sensitive things. And I coach or I mentor at that time, depending on what they need. And so I had done this for a long time. So when I got to learn about coaching, I realized, as Anita says, I was just going to refine my skills and actually have the competencies, you know, and the certification to do it, so that it can be a whole new career. And then apart from that, also during my previous job, as I mentioned, as I was going through the challenges, I kept wondering, who can I talk to? You know, because when I go home to talk to my husband, you know, him is also thinking.
And also men are fixers. These problems, fixing situations.
Exactly.
Not just the sounding board, not just to talk.
Him is feeling my wife is suffering. Like, you're not supposed to be suffering. You know? And if I talk to my mom, for example, she'll worry. She used to get worried. So I really needed to speak to a professional who I would tell, this and this and this are the challenges. Okay, what's the best way forward? Do I resign? Do I stay? What do I change? Do you know, I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't have anyone to talk to. And I realized there are people who are going through such situations
and they don't have anybody to talk to.
And
anyone they can trust, you know, because that's another thing, at least with a coach. It's somebody they can trust. Somebody probably who's removed from that market space or marketplace. So it's not a colleague, it's not a friend, it's just somebody who's out there who's not involved in your day-to-day life and interaction. I think that's what is important in terms of coaching.
So you're very right in saying that when you talk to a coach, you need to talk to somebody who is not involved in that situation. See, a friend
who's removed away from it.
A friend would have some emotional attachment to me and my well-being. And that's what I lacked. I lacked someone objective who didn't know how much do you have in your account. Do you have enough savings for you to resign and go home? You know, do you have what is in it for you? You know, do you stay? What's there? So that's the kind of person I lacked. And then I realized, if I was in that situation, there must be other people who are in this situation. And since initially I said I'm a solution provider, then I thought I could be a solution provider to people who will go through or who are going through such situations, transition especially, people who feel stuck, people who probably don't know what to do next, professionally, you know, in their personal lives. And hence my desire to do coaching. So those are some of the reasons. And so I got to know about CDI Africa, and that is where I took my executive leadership course. I knew about it through Rispa, who's my sister, and also from other people who also had taken the course before. And so I approached Eileen yes, who's the founder of CDI Africa.
Yeah.
And I told her I'm interested. And I asked her how much it was.
And the answer is almost
the answer.
It's usually staggering. But you're like, I don't know, I think how was your reaction when you were so, but the answer, you still did it.
When I saw when she responded and told me how much it is, I definitely knew that's impossible because here I am, I've resigned from my job, I have my savings, which need to take me to until when the next job comes. Then she's telling me this amount of money, and so it was, you know, I just thought this looks impossible. And so I told her, you know what, first I'm going to get a job very soon. This course takes 6 months. Like, I won't get leave to take this course. And second, that amount, it really is not possible right now. And so she didn't leave me alone. She told me, you know what, I'm going to meet you and we're going to discuss. And you're going to do this course. And she looked for me and she made sure I registered for that course. She's special because she gave me an opportunity, a great opportunity. She gave me a payment plan. And she checked my LinkedIn and she told me, this course, you're going to be in this cohort and you're going to do it. And remember, I said I don't believe in impossibilities. So I also scratched my head and thought, how am I going to do this? And I felt strongly after taking PLF that I have to take this course. So I began. I did it. I finished my 6 months. It was an amazing journey. I met wonderful people in that class, so I created networks. I learned a lot, and I've coached a lot, you know, in the past, how many months? Because I started my course in February to September. I've coached a lot of people, and I've seen the impact it has had on people's lives,
Yeah, I'm glad. And also I did mine at CDI Africa. And it was actually a different, I went to do, is it Women in Leadership?
Yes.
At Strathmore Business School. It's a nice course if people want to go. I think it's nice. So it was a good leadership course, and I've recommended many people to do it. So at the end of it, I usually, when I go into and do a course, I want an outcome. I want a result. I want something that a takeout.
Yes.
And then also I want something that I need to do. So my takeout from Women in Leadership was to do coaching. And so therefore, I just asked the lady who was facilitating or administrating the Women in Leadership course. I just said, do you know anybody who does coaching? And they referred me to CDI Africa, and that was it. You know, and even when I went there, you know, usually my spooky self, but we'll bring Eileen as well. So when I got there, I remember I was like, no drama today, Pastor Angie. Please just go in, register for the course, and leave. But I knew, you know, because I didn't know in my bones. I knew, I was like, God, please, you know, it's not fair. They don't know me. Should I know me? Let's just not have any drama today. Let's just, please, everyone on their best behavior, walk into CDI Africa, walk out. Oh, but of course, by the time,
it didn't happen.
Never. How? But we'll let her come and share those stories.
Yes.
But it was amazing, you know, and I was so encouraged. I was so blessed by the, and then that's another thing. When I registered for the course, you know, because I wear so many hats, you know, like pastor was a hat that I resisted first of all for a very long time. And I remember Anita actually honestly, when I resigned from work and went into full-time ministry, people started calling me Pastor Angie, but I wasn't a pastor. And so I went to my pastor and said, please, can you please tell them to stop calling me Pastor Angie? I'm not a pastor, and I don't want them to call me Pastor Angie. But he said, maybe they are calling out their calling. I'm like, that's not the answer I was expecting. Please, Pastor Brady, please, can you tell me to stop calling me Pastor Angie? But he told me they are probably calling out the calling.
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't stop. And I told them, I told Anita, please, stop calling me Pastor Angie. So they couldn't. Some people started calling me Angie, but these people, they refused.
It can't.
But I wasn't even yet ordained a minister or anything like that yet. But that's how you know it's God.
Yeah.
People tried, they said, no way. And I was very serious. I was actually very adamant and actually very upset.
Yes.
And I was telling them, don't call me Pastor Angie. I'm not Pastor Angie and I don't want to be called Pastor Angie. But anyway, the name stuck. And then I was thinking, because of wearing me, so I resisted the pastor the most, you know. But then finally I had to become ordained. So I was ordained, I'm an ordained minister. But you see, there are so many hats. There's the pastor, there's the leadership coach, there's the trainer, there's the CEO, there's the visionary, there's the author, there's the speaker. There's so much about me, but the one that I was resisting the most is pastor. So when I registered for my CDI Africa class, I didn't want anybody to know I'm pastor. Because also, immediately you say pastor, it's like everything changes, you know?
People rearrange themselves.
Rearrange and sit in a different way. And you know, I like to go outside the norm and outside the box.
Yeah.
So that's why you'll find me in like sometimes I like going to Kiza because I like to go to Kiza.
Really?
First of all, yes. But first I'll start when I'm climbing the stairs, I'm praying because I will find the congregation. And then you know I have this reaction of when I appear somewhere like that, guys start under the table and I'm pulling them, please come out from under the table. What are you doing at the table? Come on. So you were sitting here and you were having a drink and you were, what is it? Can we all laugh? Then of course there's now a group of people of what is the pastor doing? So I'm like, please, I'm also Angie. I like good music. Me and Motan were good friends. What is the problem? See, and I hate those boxes or molds that people put people in. So I don't like that. So when I went to the class, I was like, I don't want anybody to know here I'm a pastor. So I was so happy.
I'm undercover.
My name is Angie Murenga. And I'm doing, oh my Lord. So when people were introducing themselves, I was like, I was looking at this guy. I was like, this guy looks familiar, but I don't know who he is. Oh my God. Oh, and it's so good to see Pastor Angie. I was like, oh my Lord. Cover blown. Oh, please. But it was a very nice class, and nearly everybody in that class, actually, I think all of us were born again Christians.